Welcome to Unpacking the Struggles, Building the Strength. This is your direct audio guide to exploring the deeper, sometimes hidden, emotional truths that hold us back from living fully. In a world where anxiety, depression, and an overwhelming sense of disconnection have become the norm, it's easy to feel lost, like we're standing on the edge of something we can't quite grasp. But what if I told you that the answers are already closer than you think? Today, we're going to dive into something extraordinary, the truth about the feline companions in our lives. These aren't just pets, they're cosmic guardians, spiritual anchors, and emotional healers. They've been quietly serving humanity for centuries, preparing us for a time when we need them the most. Stick with us. This isn't your average episode. This is about awakening to a reality that's been hidden in plain sight. Let's unpack the layers and start healing together. How often do we look at our cats and simply see a pet? A creature that needs food, water, and a few scratches behind the ears, but not much more than that. We keep them in our homes, let them sleep on our couches, and indulge them with little treats here and there, but that's it, right? That's the deal. They're here for our companionship, nothing more. Well, according to the late Edgar Cayce'S, this couldn't be further from the truth. Cayce'S, who was considered the sleeping prophet, saw something we've overlooked for millennia. In 1943, while under a trance, he revealed a cosmic truth about cats. These animals aren't just a convenience in our lives. They are guardians placed here for a much bigger reason. They carry within them a vibrational frequency, a silent call that's perfectly attuned to our own. And when the time comes, when humanity stands at the precipice of spiritual awakening, or perhaps spiritual collapse, these guardians will be there to anchor us, to protect us from the emotional darkness that seeks to engulf our world. Think about it. How many times has your cat curled up next to you when you felt at your lowest? Or when you've been overwhelmed by anxiety, and they simply sit by your side in a way that makes everything feel just a little more manageable? That's not a coincidence. It's their role. Cats, according to Cayce'S vision, are much more than just companions. They are spiritual sentinels, holding the key to our emotional survival in the most trying times. But let's get real for a second. In a world where we're conditioned to view everything through the lens of practicality, it's hard to grasp the idea of cats as divine agents. We want proof. We want science. We want something we can touch, something measurable. But sometimes, healing doesn't come with charts or diagrams. It's not about a tangible remedy. It's about connection, an energetic emotional bond that transcends the physical. Now, I'm not asking you to suddenly stop petting your cat and start calling them your guardian angel. But what if we simply opened our eyes to the possibility that they may be playing a much larger role in our lives than we've given them credit for? Maybe they're not just here to eat and sleep. Maybe they're here to keep us grounded, especially when the world around us feels like it's coming apart. We live in a world where science rules. If it can't be measured, replicated, or validated in a lab, does it really exist? But what if I told you that sometimes the most profound truths about existence don't show up on a microscope slide, and it can't be measured in volts or watts? They show up in the vibrations that we feel, the unspoken connections we share with the world around us. Enter the mysterious phenomenon of cats and the unfolding research that challenges everything we thought we knew about reality. Take Dr. Sarah Chen, the quantum physicist who once believed in the ironclad laws of science. She worked in the world of cold, hard numbers, particles, and equations, where the only thing that matters is what can be proven. But something strange started to happen with her cat, Schrodinger, a cat named with a little physicist's humor, as it turns out. Schrodinger didn't just nap like any other cat. No, he seemed to have a direct influence on Dr. Chen's work. Complex mathematical equations she had been struggling with would suddenly resolve themselves overnight, as if the answers were downloaded into her mind as she slept. And it wasn't just random answers. They were elegant, perfect, almost too perfect. At first, Dr. Chen chalked it up to coincidence, but then she did something most researchers would never consider. She installed electromagnetic field detectors around her apartment to measure subtle energy patterns that regular scientific equipment often misses. What she discovered was nothing short of mind-blowing. Every time Schrodinger entered a room, the electromagnetic signature of the space changed. It didn't just shift randomly like the usual electrical fluctuations you'd expect from living organisms. No, it formed complex patterns that mimicked the very principles of quantum mechanics. It was as if Schrodinger wasn't just existing in the room, but he was actively engaging with the quantum field, rearranging the very fabric of reality itself. It was generating electromagnetic signatures that interacted with human brainwaves, specifically targeting the frequencies tied to stress and anxiety. It was like they were using sound therapy not to heal bones or muscles, but to heal the mind, rewiring neural pathways and helping us recalibrate our consciousness. Now, this may sound like something out of a science fiction novel, but what if we embrace this? What if we stop dismissing the purring of our cats as mere contentment and recognize it as a tool, a biological technology that operates on frequencies we can't even fathom yet? What if these small creatures, so often underestimated, are working on levels of intelligence and consciousness that we can't fully grasp with our current understanding of physics? As cats move in and out of our lives, they may be doing more than just keeping us company. They might be subtly shifting the energy around us, anchoring us in love and connection, recalibrating our emotional states with their quiet, ancient presence. Take a moment to reflect on your own life. You wake up, head to work, or log into your next Zoom meeting. You scroll through your phone, inundated with the endless noise of social media, global news, and the ever-looming presence of modern technology. All of this is supposed to make our lives easier, more connected, right? But for many, it feels like the opposite. Anxiety is at an all-time high. Depression rates are skyrocketing, and despite living in the most advanced society in history, we're more spiritually disconnected than ever. And in the midst of all this, you come home to a quiet space. Your cat is there, waiting for you, as they always are. They might rub against your leg, climb into your lap, or simply sit quietly by your side. At first, it might seem like just another ordinary moment, a pet offering companionship after a long, chaotic day. But let's dig deeper. What if this seemingly small act is much more profound than we've been led to believe? Cayce'S prophecy about cats as cosmic guardians is a metaphorical light bulb that flickers on in a dark room. In times of emotional turmoil, when the weight of the world feels unbearable, our cats are serving as emotional anchors. It's as though they exist to remind us that connection still exists in this chaotic world, that love can be found in the simplest of gestures, a nudge, a purr, a steady gaze. When everything feels uncertain, they are the grounding force, the soft anchor that keeps us tethered to the present moment. But let's talk about the modern context. We've been taught to find solace in productivity, in efficiency, and distractions. A trip to the gym, a self-help book, or the latest life hack are all supposed to be the answers to our woes. But true peace doesn't come from external solutions or the constant busyness that society demands. It comes from presence. From being fully, authentically connected to the moment and the beings we share this world with. And when it comes to emotional resilience, cats are the unsung masters of grounding us in the present, reminding us to breathe, to rest, and to simply be. When you're feeling emotionally exhausted, overwhelmed by the pressure of modern life, your cat doesn't need to say a word. Their mere presence shifts the atmosphere. It's almost as if they're absorbing your stress and transforming it, quietly recalibrating the emotional landscape of your home. Think about the last time you felt stressed, or when anxiety came rushing in. How did your cat respond? Did they come close, snuggle up, or just sit by you? They intuitively know how to be there, offering healing that bypasses our need for words or explanations. Their role, while often invisible, is deeply important. So, what can we take from this? The next time you're feeling overwhelmed, try this. Instead of seeking out distractions or putting on another podcast to fill the silence, simply be with your cat. Let them lead the way in the unspoken communication that happens between you. Allow them to remind you that in this moment, everything is okay. They've been doing it for centuries, offering emotional healing one per time. Have you ever thought about how you ended up with your cat? Was it fate? A chance encounter? Or perhaps a conscious decision to adopt an animal that seemed to call out to you? Now, let's pause and reconsider the odds. What if it wasn't simply a random event? What if your cat, whether a rescued stray or a carefully chosen kitten, was placed in your life with cosmic precision, a part of a divine orchestration unfolding across time and space? This isn't just some mystical stretch of the imagination. As Dr. Marcus Rivera and Dr. Sarah Chen's research started to unravel, they began discovering something extraordinary. Cats didn't just appear in human lives by accident. The data patterns that emerged from their studies suggested a far more intricate design at play. Every adoption, every stray that wandered into someone's life, every pairing seemed to follow an unseen map, calculated with a precision that mocked the randomness we usually associate with life. The chances of these interactions happening by chance? Approximately 1 in 847 trillion. That number isn't just large, it's incomprehensible. It exceeds the total number of atoms in the observable universe. And yet it's the very calculation that proves these meetings weren't just accidents. Your cat didn't just happen to cross your path because you were looking for a companion or because they needed a home. No, your cat is in your life because a far larger, far grander design placed him there, and their role in your life is one of profound spiritual and emotional significance. Think about the moments when your cat entered your life. Was there a time of transition, crisis, or challenge? A moment when you were seeking something? Perhaps a sense of calm, comfort, or just a feeling of being grounded in a world that feels increasingly chaotic. Those moments weren't as random as they seemed. The timing of a cat's arrival in your life may have been carefully orchestrated, not by your will, but by an intelligence beyond human understanding, one that recognizes the need for healing and intervention before we even know we need it. And just like that, a small, unassuming creature becomes a bridge between realms, a reminder that not everything can be explained by logic, science, or coincidence. Cats are operating on a level far beyond our comprehension, guiding us toward emotional and spiritual awakening without ever asking for recognition. They are the silent orchestrators of our lives, here to keep us grounded, connected, and tuned to the cosmic frequencies that can save us from the dissonance of modern living. When we start to look at our cats through this lens, we begin to understand something that we've been missing all along. Our relationship with them isn't just transactional, it's divine. These creatures are not simply living in our homes because we took them in. They are part of something far greater, a cosmic plan to ensure humanity's emotional survival through the love and presence they offer, sometimes without a single word being spoken. So the next time you gaze into your cat's eyes, consider that you're not just looking at a creature who loves you for the food and affection you provide. You're looking at a being who has been strategically placed in your life, whose purpose transcends the confines of your home, whose impact on your emotional and spiritual well-being is part of a grand unfolding plan designed for your healing. Now that we've explored the cosmic purpose behind our feline companions, it's time to step back and reflect on what all of this truly means. The idea that cats are more than just pets, more than simple companions, challenges everything we've been taught about the world around us. Yet as the research, insights, and revelations unfold, it becomes increasingly clear our cats are not just here by coincidence. They are divinely orchestrated beings placed in our lives to guide, heal, and help us navigate through one of the most challenging periods in human history. The modern world, with its hyper-connected networks and endless distractions, has left many of us spiritually adrift. Anxiety, depression, and existential loneliness are reaching heights we've never seen before, even as technology promises to make life easier. But in the midst of all this, our cats quietly hold space for us. They offer us something that cannot be measured in dollar signs or social media likes. They offer us presence, unconditional love, and an emotional anchor when the world feels too overwhelming. Think about the countless small, sacred moments that might seem ordinary, but are in fact extraordinary. The way your cat curls up next to you after a difficult day, the way their purring calms your racing heart, the way they instinctively know when you need them most. They are more than just animals. They are the cosmic guardians, the silent healers, and the quiet guides, helping us heal and evolve in ways we may never fully understand. In a time when the world seems increasingly uncertain, the lessons that cats bring are simple yet profound. They teach us that true healing doesn't come from the chaos of the world, but from the stillness of being present. It's in the moments of connection, of quiet bonding, of shared love. They remind us that love is the most powerful force in the universe, capable of transcending time, space, and all the barriers we've built around ourselves. So as we close today's episode, I invite you to consider your relationship with your cat on a deeper level. Reflect on the moments when they have been your emotional anchor, your source of peace, and your guide through difficult times. Understand that in this grand cosmic dance, your cat's presence in your life is no accident. It's part of a divine orchestration, one that aims to help you stay grounded in love, hope, and connection, even when the world feels overwhelming. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. The guardians are with you. They've always been with you. All you have to do is open your heart, listen to their quiet wisdom, and allow them to guide you back to the simple, healing truth that love is the greatest force in the universe. Thank you for joining us today on our channel. May your connection with your cat and with the love that surrounds you continue to grow. Stay tuned, keep awakening, and we'll be here, exploring the deeper truths that help guide us all toward emotional healing. Take care, and remember, the Guardians watch, and love continues its ancient work one per at a time.